Well, we made it all the way to the back. It drops off, apparently that's down there is the east stream passage. I mean, I think you go down further back, there's the way out. But that looks like the back. This thing is down there, but I bet it doesn't do much. Let's go see. Yeah, it looks like it kind of ends. Man, there's some neat formations. And there's that cool one. That is the way out. Apparently back here is the, oh, wow, ooh. The way to the East Stream Passage and Volcano Room and Worm Tube and Emerald Pool and Mystery Room. I had never been back this far. I've seen it on the videos and am very sure of where I am. But man, that's the back. What's down there? All right, we're gonna try holding the phone while I go out. We'll see how this goes. All the way from the back. Didn't find it. I mean, there's that cool formation. Man, that's neat. Not a lot of fossils back here I'm finding, but I mean, I'm pretty high up in the cave, man. I'm almost touching the ceiling. All right, well, here we go. Let's follow the arrow. Yeah. Zoom out. The light isn't as good, but slip it in. Well, now that goes on down, and I did see some ropes going down a little further back, which is the way to the stream passage, I think, but I am absolutely not going down there. Okay. I'm gonna recover my string, put it in the pocket. Okay, that's enough in the pocket. All right. Don't fall down. All right, big arrow. I think it's to the left. Yep. There's the other string. Let's see if I can find where that went down. Now look. All right, here's this little thing. Let me get this other string here. Ah, that was my butt. I don't need that string. Let's recover that. Man, it is just not going in my pocket. All right, putting you down. Okay, here we go again. All right, and here's the out. Whew. It smells like mold. And here's the green. Back out in entrance room. Can't see very far. Let me fix that for you. Way out that way is the way out. Not up there. That's a kind of a dome. But it goes over to that room in the back that you scoot through that way too. I don't think you want to climb over that. It puts you at the top of that acorn water formation that doesn't seem like I want to be there. All right, let me see if I can find that climb down area. I'll put that on my... Oh! If I can't find it, I'm just not gonna work too hard for it because don't need to. I thought it was back here, and it is not. I think it was through that other thing, and before I looked down, I think you can go through there to get to it also, but I'm not going to be doing that. All right, I think it's time for you to go back in the pack for me to get out of here. Because this is kind of slippery. Okay, I don't have Kalis with me today, so I can take a little time. This is corkscrews right over there. Well, you can't see it. Corkscrews over there. You've seen this. This is those lady fingers, I call them because they kind of sit in the rock like little lady fingers or Twinkies. Those are all horn coral fossils. And then if you take a look at this entire rock here and you kind of go down, see all the kind of bulbs there? Those are all just covered in mud with horn corals, lady fingers, and all down there is horn corals. Man, I bet if I went down in there, I might find one sitting in the mud. But I'll bring Kalis to do that. All right, time to get out of here, head up that way. Okay, this is looking, man, when you turn right from entrance room, the triangle, here's entrance, right over there. And I'm just, the triangle room's right over that little thing right there. Man, I'm just, the rock fall's right around the corner. Man, Dale and I came up in this thing one day, and look at that. We couldn't see any of this because our headlamps sucked. But man, where does that go? That looks like it goes, but I ain't going up there with just me today. And where does that go? And man, that is nothing but slick all the way. Man, I think I can see the bottom, but I'm not sure. But man, that looks cool. There's Tim. I don't know how Tim got over there. That's pretty bold there, Tim. Look, there's a white arrow pointing up there. I wonder, oh man, is that a little scoot tunnel? That is a little scoot tunnel. I see right back in there. Ooh, okay, well, man, that looks slick. Yay. Okay. Exit. I mean, if you didn't know that monstrous entrance rooms right here, is you gotta exit. Let me see if I can hold on to all this stuff without slipping and take you over to show you kind of where we're at. I mean, this entrance is right here. Here we go, a little bit more. Don't fall down there. I mean, it's not too bad. So, I mean, there's a triangle room's right in there. There's the rock fall, and that takes you then over to corkscrews right over that. And man, the way out, you can almost see it. But that's the little triangle room thing that we call, and where you come up in that little sneak from down under that I haven't found yet. Kayla's and I have been looking for it. We hadn't found it yet. I can go a little bit further before I have to put all this down and make sure I can get down without slipping. I don't want to end up on an episode of Do This and Die. That's not triangle. That's a little entrance to triangle. Sometimes you can look up and see that. See, I think that's that kind of slit looking thing that goes all the way down to what Kayla and I ran into last time. But man, neither one of us were ready to climb up that. All right. So I don't do this, well, I can do this. All right, just don't want to end up as the star on Do This and Die, episode 2. Okay, slide on the back. Okay. And we're gonna be stretching the back there. So there's triangle room. You can kind of see why it's triangle room. And there's the exit right up there. And there's the rock fall. You can see there's the first little thing you climb up, and you go up over that, down the other side to corkscrew. And that's where we were, this right off the entrance room. Get down, you can see why we call it triangle room. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Again, there's the rock fall and the up and over that, man, anyone who's been in here knows that hold right there. The big foothold. And up you go. But that is why we call it the triangle room. And man, I know that little secret passage comes up in there somewhere, because those dudes are standing right there. And I can go down there and back and look up and see that. So I know it's there. I'm not dumb enough to do it without someone who's done it before. And there's the way out. I mean, we'll walk you out. There's that big flat rock that the triangle room's behind. There's the rock fall. There's that crazy, don't go up there too far. See that flat thing? Man, it's behind all that. Oh well. And there's the entrance. What happens if I put this on wide? Can you see anything? Nope, that's the slipway. Let's turn off all the lights and see if you can see the entrance. That little bitty light, I'm gonna move it. You see that little thing moving across? That's the exit. All right. Oh, I want to see that. Now you can see the exit there.